I don't know what that means. So in this case, what we have is 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus x minus 12 divided by x minus 4. Now, previously I showed you guys how to do long division, right? And sometimes you guys are like, we're almost there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys synthetic division. We have about 15 minutes left, and it's plenty enough time for you guys to see one and then to watch a couple, and then to try some. So basically what we are doing in this case, all right, is what we're going to do is we can only do synthetic division when we have a linear binomial as your divisor. Write that down, please.
For which question?
We're doing the same thing. We're doing synthetic division, though, now.
No, but isn't that the answer to one of the?
Huh?
Isn't that the answer to one of the essential questions?
No, it's not. But I'm going to go over all those essential questions. So, do you guys remember classifying, right? Do you guys remember classifying? When we classified, we had to have, this has, the power is 1, so it's linear. It only has two, actually it doesn't have to be a binomial. It just has to be a linear. But more than likely we're going to use binomials. But I'm sorry, it does not have to be a binomial. It just has to be linear. Typically we use, but the main important thing is it has to be linear, though. It has to be, no, I'm sorry. You're right, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh my God, I'm going to.
She's writing in
Why? I'm sorry. It's OK. Just right back in the binomial. I got confused with long division. It has to be a linear binomial. It has to have two terms, and it has to divide. And it has to have two terms, and it has to have a degree of 1. My apologies. And that is as your divisor, what you're dividing by. OK? So now, does everybody follow me with this? Is everybody OK with this? It all has to look like this. Now, when you do that, to set up long division, what you do is you take your 0. So if x minus 4 is the factor, what is my 0? Anybody know? 4. How did you know that? Remember, guys, this is a factor. So what do you do with factors to find the zeros? You solve for x. So you add 4. X equals 4. Right? So you take your 0, which in this case is 4. And then you make a nice big L. OK? Now what we do is we take the coefficient of each of our terms and we bring them down. So I say 2, -7, -1, and -12. So you guys ever seen Price is Right?
Yeah.
OK. So this is like a game on Price is Right. Sometimes on games on Price is Right, you guys can see that you get they give you like a freebie, like, hey, we'll give you this one free answer, right? So when you're doing long division or synthetic division, your first answer is kind of a freebie. You just bring it down to the end. That's 2. OK? Then what we do is we always multiply on the diagonals, add on the vertical. If you want to write that down, multiply diagonal, add vertical. So 2 times 4 is 8. You put the 8 right here. 2 times 4 is 8. OK? Then, kind of show you how that works. Times equals. OK? Now, what do we do on the vertical? What do we do vertically? Add. -7 plus 8 is? -1. Now, we do what on the vertical? Or the diagonal? Multiply. 1 times 4 is? 4. Then we add the vertical. -1 plus 4 is? +3. Then 3 times 4 is? 12. -12 plus 12 is 0. Now, hopefully you guys have the answer from your long division. You guys can see these are the coefficients of our quotient. So now to write our answer, though, the first one is your remainder. Actually, let me write it like here. The first one is your remainder. The second one is our constant, and constant just means number. The next one is our linear term. And the last one is your x squared. So what I want you guys to see is this represents remainder. This represents constants, linear, quadratic. What would be the next one if we had 3 of them? It'd be x to the 3rd power, right? You just keep on going in that pattern. Now, guys, we don't write a c there. C just means constant, which just means number. So therefore, what I want you guys to understand is these are all positive. So my answer is 2x squared plus x plus 3. That is my other factor. That's the answer. That's the quotient, is right there, which is the same answer we got in the last one, right? Yes? OK. Again, we're